God damn. Okay, I think everything is good. Early stream. Early stream. Hello, Astra. Hello, Triple T. It's been a little while. How's it going? God damn. I didn't expect people to pop and say hi now. This is a very not optimal time. People are like use their sleep. Typically speaking. Hello. Welcome. So William. This will woke up. It's morning and Sunday, is it? Well, it's the afternoon for me on a Sunday or Saturday. I mean, so slightly different for me. A little bit different for me. But anyways, welcome down. I have to start with gesture drawings. I should. What do you mean manage to learn perspective? We're talking about what I was doing last time. That one you're asking me about specifically. Let's do some gesture drawings. What, how to study perspective? Like in general? Or like what about perspective? There's so much, you know? There's so many things about perspective. It's kind of small. It's kind of small. Okay, I mean, the thing with perspective is you should probably understand what general fundamentals, and then from there you should be like, okay. I mean, the first things first I would recommend you to do is draw a box, right? Do you know rotating box exercise? Where you get a box and you rotate it in several different ways. Not necessarily understand boxes, but drawing boxes and rotating them in different perspectives. And I could show you after I do gesture drawings. You have to wait for an hour though. Essentially an hour. What is up with these effing poses? Holy crap. A lot of side profiles today. What makes you say that? For what purpose? Draw the You're just making very generalized statements. You have to be very specific, right? Because the reason why I'm asking you these questions is so that you could think about the things that you're saying. Just because, oh, I need to work on fundamentals. Just because you work on fundamentals doesn't automatically make you better at drawing anime characters. Now, I would say fundamentals are important, and they could help you expedite or speed up the process of getting better at drawing anime characters. But you have to understand. You have to understand what skills to transfer over, or what things to focus on, and why. You're saying, "Oh, I want to draw basic shapes." Okay, why do you want to draw basic shapes? Oh, it just helps fundamental. Like, okay, but do you know what specifically though? You need to understand that. If you just draw mainlessly, you are going to improve, but it's going to be very hard to target the specific things that you want to get better at. It's like saying you want to get really good at playing tennis, but all you do is, study the theories, study like, oh, this is how I should move my muscles. Oh, this shot in tennis is called this. This shot is this. And you use it for like, yeah, but only theory can only take you so far. You don't understand why you're doing it and actually put it to practice. And adjusting those things to the things that you're trying to do specifically. I can draw shapes. I don't understand how to use it. Okay. If you don't know how to use shapes, do you think drawing more shapes will help you? Do you like truly think about that? Do you think drawing more shapes over and over and over again in isolation will help you understand when to use certain shapes? Think about that. Think about that, you know? Yep. Okay, how? Explain to me. Articulate to me. Justify your answer. How will drawing more shapes help you understand how to use shapes? Extend it here. This part. Hi, Finn Thorjan. Hello. When I learn what trapezoids, my third eye opens. Shut the fudge up, Finn Thorjan. Or quit the yap, bro. My friend said you need to understand how perspective works. Before that, you need to understand shapes. Okay. And like that's oh my gosh. What the hell do they mean you need to understand shapes? Did they explain why? Oh my gosh. This is why I hate Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be honest, dude. Some people give like the worst advice. Maybe it's like well intentioned or what they're saying has like it could be good. It's just that if they just say something and it's like, oh, just trust me, bro. It's like so like it's I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Your friend your friend is a bad teacher. Dude, you don't even know why? It's literally he literally hit you with the trust me, bro, or listen to what I have to say, bro, without justifying it. Like, hello? Excuse me. It's like me saying, "Oh yeah, you should work out," or "You should just read more books," without like specifying how to do it, why it's beneficial, approaches to it. Yeah, it's like advice. Yeah, but it's like, how helpful is it really? Something that you like people is like a general understanding, but not really saying specifics about it. It's just it's lazy. It's really lazy. Your friend is being lazy. TTT. I'm being straight up honest. Your friend is being lazy without explaining why. When I shift my perspective and the circle becomes an oval, shut the fudge off. Myth origin. Hi, Will. Welcome. Okay, because here's the thing, TTT, right? Triple T. Learning how to draw shapes in a vacuum without having a very specific or a specific purpose in mind, what does that do? What does that do when you're doing something mindlessly compared to when you have deliberate practice? It's like school. Why the hell am I learning about this? What purpose is there to this? And slowly but surely, it'll make you resent certain things, or you just do it for the hell of it, and you're not gonna learn that much. I'm gonna be straight up honest. You blindlessly, thinklessly drawing shapes with no purpose, you're not gonna really grow from it. You might get better at drawing shapes, so you don't understand how to still. Yeah, you might get better lines, but in the long run, it's not gonna really help you at the core issue, which is how to use shapes. Are you getting snow in Texas? Yeah, Texas is brutal right now. To be real though, doing shapes is basically just practicing mechanics. Yeah, that makes you draw better, but not uh yeah. But here's the thing, Fifth Origin. They didn't say draw basic shapes for mechanics to get better line quality. No, they just said, oh, in order to learn perspective, you need to draw shapes. That like hello? That's like what? That's not necessarily true. How does drawing more shapes equal you understanding if you don't have a specific mindset? If you don't, maybe they might have that, but it's just sloppy. It's just lazy just to say that. That's like really bad advice. But yeah, right now, Texas, I worked today, worked just last night or whatever, into Saturday morning. Roads weren't too bad. Roads weren't too bad. I had to drive really slow though. It was pretty slippery, but it's only gonna get worse. And yes, it is snowing, and it's like below freezing right now. So much fun. Man, I've been learning by doing. Try something, then ask for advice and try to fix that. Triple T. I mean, you can do that, but your your progression is not going to be significant. No, I do not drink. I drink coffee. Okay, here's the thing. You know what the most important skill that you have as an artist? The most important skill that you could develop as an artist, right? This is what makes someone a amazing artist versus like a crappy artist or freaking whatever. I mean, it's subjective, but whatever. Um, it's your observational skills. It's your observational skills. It's your skills to observe something, analyze it, and go from there. And that takes time to develop, right? That takes time to develop. It's definitely a skill. Because if you don't start really thinking about what you're drawing, why does it work? Why does it not? Your growth will not be significant. Again, you will grow. It's just that, what's your end goal? If you don't care about how fast you progress or whatnot, you can keep doing what you want. But if you want to progress as fast as possible, then you should change your approach. I don't. Intuition? Yeah, you have to be in order to draw by quote unquote intuition, you have to draw so effing much. Um Essentially, if you weren't drawing when you're a really small kid, drawing by intuition and to be proficient at it is really, really difficult. And you have to, again, you have to know life art in order to get that. And again, they draw so effing much. You don't understand the amount of volume that they draw in order to say draw by feel and it look good. At that point, it's professional. Now, that's my question to you. Do you want to do that? Again, to get to that point, you have to be drawing. It's again, no life being. You know Kim Jong-gi, right? The freaking goat. Yeah, he didn't get any work for like 16, 17 years. And why is he so effing good? Because he like all he does was draw. That's it. He no like drawing for that long. F it. I don't have feeling. Okay, if you can't draw by feel, what does that mean? What does that mean for you, right? That means you need to change your approach. Now, drawing is important. Don't get me wrong. Doing is very important. I'm not saying what you're doing is entirely wrong. I think you're just forgetting you're just forgetting some steps. Important steps. I mean, depends on how you define a feeling. I guess you could say that. Yeah, Fifth. Are you playing Fifth Origin? Are you playing Ender's Field or nah? I know how you generally are. I'm wondering if you're affected by the hype and playing, or you're still strong and fervent. Okay. I just had to ask, you know. Okay. Limit is still your only gotcha game. Okay. Just I'm just checking in, you know, checking in on your loyalty. Yeah, I feel like my drawings make people fall for it. What do you mean fall for it? How could I this year a minimal game purchase for me? Really? What's your max? Well, you're gonna buy GT when it comes out, right? DSi and flashcards, goddamn. Nah, what? Dude, I haven't picked up a game in a while, but the game, when it comes out, I'm playing it, bro. God damn it. You sure? I'm not the biggest open fan either. Really? Interesting. Five. Damn, okay. Since you're only doing five, are you like strategically thinking about certain games that are gonna release this year? Oh yeah, don't even ask me about my backlog. Holy crap. You know what? Just whenever there's a Steam sale, literally just uninstall Steam for that time. Or like forbid yourself to go on Steam, bro. I think that's where most people, the reason why so many people have such a big backlog is because of the Steam sales, bro. Slate Aspire 2. Uh Gotcha. Wait, Fifth Origin. Oh shiz. I forgot the name of the game. So it's essentially a game developed by people chap people from China, and they're like, but like they're weeaboos, right? And they made this effing game, which is like, what if Japan took over the United States? And it's very like apocalyptic. And it's essentially someone showed it to me recently, and I'm like, holy shit, this game looks amazing. It has very old, obscure, no, I wouldn't say obscure, but very old, like Japanese references and whatnot. There's a lot of memes in it. It's not ringing any bells for me. Okay. Yeah, after I finish gesture drawing, I'll show you, which is gonna be a little while. Not necessarily. Triple T, the first thing I would probably recommend you to do is understand how to analyze. Blindlessly copying, I mean, it can help you, but in the long run, again, if you're not understand why you're like what specific things are copying, why certain things works, why certain things doesn't, you're you're not gonna really you're not gonna really learn that much. All you will start doing is your art style or whatnot might look a lot like theirs, or maybe even not, depending. Okay, I'll send you a link. I'll DM you Fifth Origin. I'll DM you the PV game PV. Game PV is amazing. The game PV came out last year, I think. 2 years ago? Last year. Something like that. Yeah, welcome to art. You think you just go into this mindlessly? Nah, dog. Not unless you want to get good. If you do not want to get good, you just want to doodle whatever you want, and you don't really care, then yeah, you can do it mindlessly. Doesn't really matter. But if you want to get good, want to make it look pretty, you want other people to be impressed by it, then yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, I'll say out of all the hobbies that I've done, I probably spent I think I've spent the most time on drawing and doing art, realistically speaking. And I will say it is the most grueling hobby I've had. Like, the progression to get good is so astronomically high. Of course, all things take time. To get good at it takes time, etc., etc. And current, yeah, one of the big things is right now, the reasons why I draw or I draw very often is literally because I want to get better at drawing. It's not because I enjoy it. Like again, all the things I'm doing right now, like gesture drawings, all the studies I'm doing right now, do I enjoy doing it? No. But I actively do it so I could get better. Comparatively, right? Now when I play guitar, oh, it's because I want to play guitar. It's because I have an itch. It's so much fun. You get instant dopamine. It's like food. One of my hobbies is cooking. So I would spend a lot of time, like spend hours making a dish, but it's so good and so worth it because I'm able to eat really good food and then I share it with like friends and family and they enjoy it as well. It's very edifying. Oh yeah, big word. The dopamine hits offsetting all the smoke alarm. God damn it. No. Okay. Um your dopamine receptors are kind of effed up, bro. If that's where you get your dopamine hit. Dude, literally, I think I've genuinely only had maybe a few times where I've really enjoyed drawing something, right? There's probably only like maybe like 4 or 5 times where I truly was having a blast while drawing. That's saying something. And I spend hours, hours drawing. Again, when I do gesture drawings, I do this whenever I draw, I do this for an effing hour. A full effing hour. It's not, oh yeah, an hour I scroll, I listen to music, I look. No, 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 no. Like here, you see me drawing these for an effing hour. And this is just one of the things that I do. Again, I don't draw a lot of original things. I don't do a lot of rendering. It's mostly just me studying. He said he is a glutton for punishment. Hey, shut the fudge up. I never said that. And yeah, that's another thing, Triple T. You need to put more time drawing. You have to spend a lot more time. Or not necessarily time, but you need to draw a lot more. That's another thing too. If you want to get good at something, like art is one of those things you have to actively go out of your way and spend a lot of time in to get good. Thank you so much for the lurk, Fifth Origin. Also, my bot is not working today. God damn it. See, like one thing that I do, right? So I have a different setup for drawing. I have like two setups for drawing, right? And my other setup is for me to do like hardcore studying. So there's like nothing. It's literally a closet with a white desk, a fold-up chair, pen and paper. And during that, I don't listen to music. I just draw. I get super hyper focused and I draw. I draw at that setup maybe 2-3 times a week. And then suddenly I'm really, really, really locked in, you know? And honestly, those are the times where I feel like I get the most growth. Again, how you know what this tells me, Triple T? You know what this really, really tells me? It shows me that you're not you don't want to get you think you want to get super good at art that you want to, but your actions aren't really showing it. That's what it's telling me. People might say, "Oh, I want to get good at art," but all their actions indicate otherwise. If you truly want to get good at art, right? Your actions will show it. And I'm just being honest, you know? It's like, okay, if you have an option between art and games, what are you going to choose? And it just says, or if you say you prefer games over art, you know, that's fine. But it's a sacrifice, right? That's literally, again, that's one of the reasons why I stopped gaming. Or I do game occasionally, but it's like so minuscule, right? Before I would play a lot of games and I did a little bit of art, but when I decided, hey, I want to get good at art, I stopped playing games outright. I pretty much at the point where I don't game at all. And the reason why is, oh, I want to get better at art. So my time and effort should go to art, so I stopped playing games. Yeah, majority of my free time is literally watching anime, cooking. What is it? Anime, cooking, a little bit of music, and but majority of the time it is toward art because I want to get good. And again, and people are able to see it. I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. Sounds like I'm like losing myself, but people could see because of what I stream, literally what I do on stream, the things that I do is very grueling, but it's all for the sake of, getting good. So people know I am like, I'm dead set on getting better, you know? So that's something that you need to really, consider, think about. If you want to be good, if you want to be proficient at it, right? look at how you're spending your time, which it seems like you do, right? And really consider, okay, do I really want to get better? Do I really want to get good? Are my actions really saying that I want to? If not, do I want to change it? How much does this really matter to me? Again, and this is with the perspective of trying to get good as fast as possible. If you don't really care how long it takes you like 50 years to get somewhat proficient or get to a level that you're comfortable with, sure, that's fine. That's your prerogative. I want to get good as soon as possible, though. So that's why I'm spending again a lot of my free time doing all these very grueling things now. So whatever. Really good perspective for this one. I could probably go a little bit harder on this part so I can kind of tell what it is. But whatever. What the hell is this? What a weird song. Oops, made that a little bit too long. Okay, I'm finished. Oh! 100 gesture drawing was a good idea. You know what? I'm not gonna say much. I'm not gonna say anything else. Okay. Oh, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, I need to send with origin the thing. I have to open my Steam and look at my wish lists. I forgot what it's called. Oh yeah, Showa American Story. God damn, what a game, bro. The PV's amazing. Where's my DMs with this guy? Am I sweating? God damn, how am I sweating in this weather? How the hell am I sweating in this weather? God damn it. Okay, so okay, let me redo my not my chat box. My bot. Bot is not working. Cloudbot. It says my Cloudbot is activated. So why the hell did that not? Okay, you know what? It's whatever. Not the end of the world. Okay. Oh. Oh wait, I need to stop my timer. But yeah, I'll have to keep track of how much I draw. This is like I actually have a tracker on my phone because this keeps me in check, right? It really keeps me in check. So like let's say for example, right? Last week I've drawn for 14 hours. And this is me actually like drawing, right? I did 14 hours of drawing. I did 2 hours of art lectures. Right, that was last week. Right? This week I've only drawn for 5 hours and 21 minutes so far. I'll probably do more. And I did like 30 minutes of art lectures. Week before that, I did 10 hours of drawing. 10, 10 hours and 30 minutes of drawing, and then 2 hours of art lectures. It's like been pretty consistent. No, I'm not having dinner. But yeah. And what I mean by draw, like me pen to paper me drawing. Like right now I stopped the time because I'm yapping, I'm not actively drawing. And again, this shows me clearly where I'm spending my time, right? So if I see that I decrease the amount of time of me drawing, is a question of, okay, why did I decrease? Oh, yeah, it's because that week I was super, super busy. I was working like 60-hour weeks. Okay, understandable why I only drew for like 2 hours, Or it keeps me in check, being like, oh, damn, I've only drawn for like 7 hours this week. What was I doing? Was I actually doing much? No, I was not spending much time drawing. Okay, let me readjust my priorities. So something like that. It's all about checks and balances, baby. Check keys. This is day 165. Day 156. So what do I need to do? This is a lecture. I'll watch later. Okay, I guess I could. Damn, I rendered all of this. Okay. Just to this, make these files a little bit more manageable. Okay. Hi, Yusuf. Welcome. I'm tilted. Why? Were you playing Ender's Field and you didn't get your waifu? You didn't get the 6-star that you wanted to? Now you have to re-roll or something? I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. I'm on the fence about Enfield. Don't play it. It's as simple as that. Don't do it. I was thinking about re-rolling, but I don't care, honestly. Damn. Damn. I knew exactly what he was talking about, too. It's so funny. It's so effing funny, chat. I knew exactly what he was tilted about. This is how you know. This is how you know I know my viewers well. Or if you've been a viewer long enough, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you're not? Then what are they tilted over that? I'm exhausted though. You didn't tell me not to play it. Okay. Here's the thing, right? Okay, fifth origin, you actually have discipline when it comes to playing certain games that you like or don't like, etc., right? Yusuf does not. Yusuf does not. I don't need to tell you fifth origin. You do it by default, right? You don't have to think about it. Yusuf, on the other hand, actively has to force not. What is that supposed to mean? Yusuf, how many gacha games do you play? How many gacha games have you played in the past 5 years? You want to tell the chat how many gacha games you played over the past 5 years? Please enlighten them. Is Enderfields fun? I mean, depends. Depends what kind of games you like to play. I don't know. It's too many to count. It's too many to effing count. I don't even remember. What you should is that your answer too? Dude, who are you trying to convince? Who are you lying to? Are you trying to lie to yourself, man? Because I know you're not fooling me, and I know you're not gonna be fooling, chat. Is Overwatch a gotcha game? No. No, Fifth Origin. Overwatch is not a gotcha game. If you're trying to use that same exact logic, then effing Pokemon is a gotcha game. You go in the bushes, go to certain routes. Oh, if I go here, I have a 0.003% for a shiny Pikachu. Or whatever. Oh, let me get the let me complete the Pokédex so I can get the shiny charm and increase my percentage. Yeah. I just play whatever catches my eye. Yeah. No. What do you mean no? I mean, I play for the characters like Wawa. The gameplay is genuinely good. For what? You're not gotcha for the characters? For Overwatch? No, you can just buy them, bro. But I love opening boxes. Okay, how about CS:GO? No, again, like actually I don't know about CS2. Isn't CS2 like the same as CS1? Just newer? I spent on one game, that's it. And yeah, what game is that, you should? Valorant is a gotcha game then? Oh my gosh. Are we seriously? Oh my god. God damn. Valorant, you aren't rolling. So you're rolling in CS2? Is that I mean, I guess you're rolling for skins, right? You couldn't even buy it. You literally had to just keep on rolling until you got the skin fifth origin. Oh my gosh. And but Overwatch you had to pay for though. The OG one. What's your definition of gotcha games for skins? Yeah. Though what I believe gotcha games are is where you have to roll for characters and other things, and this will affect your gameplay. And the fact that the more you spend, the more powerful you get. For instance, you can get an OP character, you can get an OP weapon, and spend money. AKA, the more you wail, the higher chance you are better at the game. It gets really toxic when it's a PvP game. It's literally, okay, the more money you spend, the better you are at the game because you have the broken characters and you spend a lot of et cetera, you know? You could buy from the Steam market, but someone needed to roll. See, I think with gacha monetization structure is that there's no trading. That's another thing. Only you have to roll for it. There's no trading or any sorts of things like that. If there is an aspect of trading, there becomes a market, and inherently it could increase, decrease depending on how the market is doing. Compared to with gotcha, everything's like a set rate, and because you cannot trade, it becomes that more quote unquote predatory. Isn't that pay to win games? Yeah, gotcha games are literally pay to win. Not all gotcha games are pay to win, but a good amount are. You increase the ease of the game the more money that you spend. Now, does everyone wants to do that? No, not necessarily. But here's the thing, right? Well, it's very FTP friendly, if we say so. I don't know. I don't play. Um, but another thing you have to really consider is the fact that more times than not, the actual gameplay loop of a gacha game isn't always the best. Let's say you have a triple A title, right? Let's say you have like a triple A title versus, I don't know, some gacha game. Gacha games, they try to prey on the fact that, oh, cute anime girls, therefore people will spend money. Compared to triple A games, it's like, oh, you pay for the game itself. Now, indie games are becoming very, very, very good. In the sense that they're overtaking triple A titles. But again, the primary purpose is like you buy the game, and what you get, and that's it, right? You make of it what you will. Gotchas typically they have the freemium model where the game is free to download and play. But how they get most of their money is through a system where people pay for items, characters, weapons, etc., etc. Gotcha gambling. Hey, here's the thing with gotchas, right? At least gotchas aren't as bad as legit gambling, like Polymart. Because with gotcha games, right? There's no such thing as chasing your losses. I mean, there is quote unquote a limit, but with a truly gambling with literal money and you can get money back, that is extremely dangerous, especially when you have to chase your losses. The high that you'll get from chasing your losses is so significant, and that's why people are like so addicted is chasing their losses, you know? Got it. A bit origin. Oh, okay, man. Okay. We both know that's an effing lie. I mean, yes, it is technically a prediction market, but if we get to the bare meats and bones to it, it's gambling, bro. Stocks is just educating gambling. Not necessarily. I mean, it really depends, right? Like, so for instance, if you invest like Warren Buffett, if you look at all these different aspects, it'll do well, especially if you know, um, because here's the thing, right? It's dependent on how you look at stocks. If you're thinking about very short term, then yes, it is legit just straight up gambling. Now, if you are thinking like 10, 20 years and holding certain assets, it changes slightly. You minimize the risk compared to if you're just playing a whole bunch of penny stocks so you can like day trade. Now that is straight up gambling. As a gacha is good because hard pitting means you can only see so far. Yeah. Warren pulled out. Yeah, Warren Buffett pulled out. Hell yeah, bro. I don't know. I only play Blue Archive. Blue Archive is pretty FTP friendly. Would you say there's a point that you cross when spending on gacha games? Like, how would you have to pay before you play? Could you end up buying $100 in games that you don't like compared to spending the same amount of money on a gacha? I mean, yeah, you can. Here's the thing, right? For me, right? Would I rather spend $30 on a game that's like packaged up very well. I like the gameplay loop, etc., or spend that $30 on a gotcha. Because inherently, for me, right? I like to spend money where I spend a lot of time. It's worth it, right? Will my will my enjoyment of the game dep is it dependent on how much money I spent? No, it really doesn't. It shouldn't. That's why, I mean, in all honesty, you could just wait for games to go on sale. More times than not, because of how games are nowadays, and with like the invention of Steam, if you're just patient, you don't have to pay full price for games. So just, no, I'm taking a small break before I'm drawing. Why do you think I stopped moving my hands? Because we're talking about this topic. Volatility, I heard, was instant money. Instant was instantly gone. It went too bad. Kappa, bruh. What if I died before a game go on sale? Well, that's like that's like with anything. What if you die before the newest character from Wawa comes out? Does that mean that you stop playing the game? Does that mean you just pull on all the characters that you could get right now because there's a chance that you're gonna die? Yes? Okay. If that's your prerogative, go for it, man. Yeah, if that's your prerogative, sure, go ahead. Yes, I'll quit if my waifu comes out after I die. How do you know you're gonna die before your waifu comes out? Unless you have like, unless you I think actually no, this is like Final Destination. Oh, I'll die in 2 days. I mean, yes, the future isn't guaranteed, but if you look at where we are right now compared to what was, I mean, of course, in I wouldn't say spend every day like it's your last day on Earth. Don't be so short sighted, but you shouldn't always think about the future. You should be. It's important to be in the present, but also consider the future. So if your money, it's your money, spend how you want it. That's right. Go broke because money can't buy you happiness, but I could buy wifeys that make you happy. Kappa. I mean, sure. And then, okay, if you do that, don't come to me saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed and I has a lot of stress and anxiety. I can't pay my bills. Why am I so cold? Why can I only eat like one piece of noodle every day because I have no monies?" Don't like don't complain how you spend your money. If you spend all your money and you complain about how you have no money, that's on you, bro. Why spend money on a waifu when you could spend it on ChatGPT subscriptions and have ChatGPT? Actually, M4 not M4. Fifth Origin has a good point. I in my opinion, the worst part of Gacha Whale is its USD base and conversion rate sucky. Well, yeah. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate, man. Isn't isn't that the reason why there's like local what is it? Localization of certain currencies or whatnot? It's okay, yeah. I was talking to my boss once, and we were talking about how everything is a waste of time. I said exercise is not a waste of time since it makes you live longer. Mm, well, here's the thing. Our time is very valuable. Our time is very valuable, meaning that what is a waste of time to them might not be a waste of time to you just because of different values, what you value in life, what you want out of it. Meaning that if you want to live a life where you're not miserable when you're 80, you should exercise if you get to the age of 80. But there's so many different benefits to exercising that it could be worth it for you. You might feel better. You might sleep better. You feel more energized throughout the day. You don't have to take a whole bunch of freaking pills because your health is on decline. It's a quality of life increase when you do exercise. So again, it's really dependent on what you value. If you don't really care, if you like to be miserable with all those things, sure, don't exercise. And then if your boss really thinks like that, then he's pretty much just a nihilist, right? If you really think about it. And actually, if you look at nihilists, right? Majority of nihilists are pretty much they want to game end themselves. True nihilists want to game end themselves. If you really, really think about it. If you look at the core ideas that they have, unless they become more hedonistic, which is again a different philosophical thought. So there'll be hedonist instead of nihilist. I mean, it's very, very conflicting. Are people who are nihilists? I don't think there's people who are truly nihilistic. They might think they're nihilistic, but they might have a different philosophy because of how they live. What they think and how they live contradicts each other. God damn. That's unfortunate. If everything is a waste of time, then living longer has no value. Yeah. Shift to the yuan soon. I mean, yeah, depending on if the US effing collapses on itself, which it almost did. It almost effing did. If you keep up with the news, especially with what happened with Trump in Greenland. Oh, but that's all I will speak about that. I won't get too much into it. You could do your own research. This is not a political channel. He got it when he was 14. Not necessarily that he got it. He probably was diagnosed. He probably had to be hospitalized and probably was new onset of ketoacidosis or of diabetes, hyperglycemia. Wrong word. Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. But I got what you mean though. But yeah, net negative of time. But yeah. Net negative of time. You know how you increase your time? You can't increase your time. You could buy now you could utilize money to decrease the amount of time to do stuff, but literally that is only worth it if you make like a certain amount of money, you know? Not really. No, I'm not gonna tangent about it. This is not this is not I'm not gonna talk about the endocrine system on the stream, bro. I already did that too many times. I already did that like 2, 3 times already. Not gonna do it again. Just Google it. Ask ChatGPT if you really want to learn about that. God damn it. But yeah. Let's say okay, for an example, right? Let's say you make $20 an hour, right? Now, let's say you want to get groceries delivered, right? I mean, depending on how much time you save by your groceries getting delivered compared to how much you make per hour, it might be worth it, you know? But the key thing is how you use your time by saving that time, right? So let's say instead of spending that, let's say it takes you an hour to do groceries. Let's say it takes you a whole hour, right? To go there, go around the grocery stores, get all the stuff, and then drive back home. It takes you 1 hour, just in this scenario, right? Like, really buying your time back is spending the hour to get that delivery system, right? Is to utilize that time to either to do something that makes you more than $20. Let's say you make within that short period of time, you do something like a side hustle and that makes you like 25, 30, maybe $40 within that same amount of time. Was that a good spend of your time or your money or whatever? I'd say, yeah, if you're doubling how much you make by utilizing it, right? That's the biggest difference. These conveniences that you pay for should be less than what you can make during that time. I mean, yeah. Make sure ChatGPT is already trained as your waifu, goddamn. Actually, if you do that, it's cheaper, chat. If you no, think about it, right? Okay. It's cheaper because number one, dates, buying expensive things is expensive, bro. Well, ChatGPT, how much is that a month for the version? Isn't it like 15, $20? Dude, that is way cheaper than like that's cheaper than like one date, okay? Isn't one like average of one date is like 100, $200 to go on like a nice date, right? Unless they want to do that once a month. Bro, that's like let's say it's $20. Dude, that's only 10%. Bro. You use time to get money, then you use the money to get time too. Just depends. But yeah, so time is really important. It's a finite resource. So you always want to what? You want to try to increase how much money you can get per time. And then if that task could be what we say, what's the term? Not allocated to someone else. Not allocated. What's the term? Like you give it to someone else. Delegated. Sorry, yeah. If you could delegate that task to someone else, outsource. Yeah. Delegated, outsource. And if you're able to get it for cheaper, or they could do it so that you could do the thing that increases the amount of value, that gives you like that's like financially the smarter thing to do. So let's say, oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm on. Now you gave me on effing tangent about freaking business. Okay. So let's say you have a business, right? Let's say you have a business, and then I don't know. Let's say you have a pizza business, right? Pizza business, and then you sell pizzas, right? Business, and you sell pizzas, right? But this takes a lot of time and effort or whatnot. And let's say, for example, this is 50% of your margin, or the 50% of your profits are from selling pizzas. But it takes a lot of time because you have to like prep the dough, then cook it, then people have to come in. There's more it takes a lot more time to sell this, right? And let's say the other 50% of your profits, right, are from from dough, right? Let's say other businesses, let's say like hotels, general restaurants, and other stuff, they need really good dough, and they trust your products of they trust your products of like getting dough from you, locally sourced, and it takes a lot of time and prep. For them, they could just use your dough and automatically use it. For them, it saves them a lot of time, so they want to buy it from you, right? So, and let's say this takes half the time of this, half the time and effort, etc., right? And let's this takes half the time of this, right? Now, as someone who owns a business and you want to increase your productivity, right? You want to get more profit for your time and effort. Where do you want to do? Look at this part of the business. And let's say you want to expand your business, right? This is where this part is where you could this thing right here is a thing right here. Look at this, man. Look at this. So imagine if you put all your effort here, right? You could increase your profits by what? 2, 3 times, right? Let's say it takes half the time, right? It takes half the time. So imagine it takes half the time. You put all your effort into this. You could increase your profits. You could scale a lot better compared to this. But yeah, I give it taking money out to a point. Money maxing isn't life. Yeah, that is true. Money maxing isn't life. There is a certain degree of like enjoyment versus a money maxing. Yeah, I don't yeah. But yeah, money maxing is your kid's life since they benefit from most of it. Yeah. But anyways, but yeah, this is how you scale like businesses, right? This is how you like maximize your time effort to get more money. You look at the thing that takes the least amount of time and effort to give you the most money, or where you get a lot more of your profits. Now, there's a lot more nuance to this though. There's a lot more nuance. This is just a big example because there's a lot of factors I'm not considering to this, right? Let's say you built a new business from scratch and you're still figuring stuff out. Or yeah, like this scenario is a more established business and you have like everything generally figured out, right? And they just want to increase their profits. That's in that scenario that makes sense. It's not the end all be all. So there's a lot of nuance when it comes to these kind of things. I'm just giving an example for that, or I'm just giving it for this tangent that I'm talking about when it comes to opportunity cost, or like where you should like if spending money to save some time from you so you could use that time to make even more money or increase the value, I should say. Not I shouldn't say money. Increase the value, then it's worth it. Like a real life example for me, right? Is should I spend, let's say I want to get food delivery, right? Do I want to spend an extra $7, right? Extra $7 to save me 20 minutes. For me, it's worth it, right? Why? Because I make about $41 an hour, rough give or take, around $41 an hour, right? 20 minutes is worth what? If we do the math, 30 minutes is 20. So it's like 15-ish, right? And then let's see, in those 30 minutes, I spend really focusing on art. For me, that's worth it. Now, let's say I have to spend like $20, it's not worth it at that point. You know, it's really dependent on like how much time I'm saving and what I do with that time. So especially when I get stuff like that, I try to not do it just because of convenience, right? If I'm gonna do that, then that time that I'm saving should be spent on something that's worth it. If it's not worth it, hell, I'll just cook. I'll just order it and just strive and get it. You know, depends. I order delivery when I lock in on drawing. Yeah, it's increased shareholder value. Yeah, heck yeah, from gacha game to entrepreneurship. What this is the classic Ibukize stream or Fumi stream. Is it though? Is it really worth it? Is it really worth spending my time chatting with y'all? I could be watching anime instead. I wonder. I wonder. So funny. Yeah, great question. Also, guess what? Someone finished my PG finished my OC, man. It's kind of funny. I'll show this thing and then I'll start. After this, I'll start talking about other stuff and doing stuff. So look, this is what Fiji drew. I like how he went with this. Kind of worth it, right? Kind of worth it. Yeah, this is my OC. Fiji drawed. So he said he'll finish my OC. So here's the thing. He actually made it look good, bro. See, look. Oh, he made some changes. But you know what? I was okay with it. Look, mine, his. This to this, bro. It's so effing funny. Oh, it's so funny, bro. You should have asked me to draw one. Do you want? I mean, you can. I like the right one, the one on the right. It has soul. Shut the fudge up, bro. What do you mean it has soul? Me, the girl he told you not to worry about. Vizzy. Which one is which? Which one is which, Fizzy? What do you mean? They're both witches. I mean, you're not wrong, Boy, I'm on a roll. You're on a roll? So you're picking a blanket because you're on a roll? I'm kidding. But am I? I kind of want to draw, but I don't know what. Characters from Ender's Fields. Should I try the beaver or the witch? I don't know. You could do either or. Oh yeah, I need to show you. Oh, you don't know about this. You should. I could show you the beaver OC. Again, these OC I made within like an hour. They're not really refined. Essentially, I was on a BC chat with a few other people, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, here's the thing you should, right? These 3 word prompts, I was in a VC, right? And I'm like, okay, I need to make a OC just for practice. Give me 3 words. And they literally said, which elf Sindre? I'm like, God damn it. Okay. And then the other one was they said, this is a beaver. Yeah, the beaver. They said steampunk, engineer, and beaver. So I made I mean, he knows. He's aware, bro. If you ever need art for that character, hit me up. What? The witch girl? Oh, she has a name too. The beaver, not so much. No name for the beaver. But yeah, the witch girl is Maribel Mirabella style. Very honest, this is pretty good for a character design. What the biggest difference is, instead of a belt, I have like a corset instead of a belt, right? I have like a little gem thing, not there, and then you have this fluffy thing to show she has class. I think this is more for guys though, so maybe taking it off it might be good. You still have this part. Has the yeah has this, but the silhouette of the cape isn't as rectangular. Instead of being this is more rectangular compared to being like a cape. Hairstyle is the same. They didn't add the earring. It's not terrible. You got a scrunchie right here. I didn't add a scrunchie. And then this small little details here and there. We'll see. I'm bad again. What? For what? Call them uh Imbumi Zikimori. What the fudge, Fizzy? What does it mean? I don't know, but it's your OC, so take both of your names. What? Yeah, my tummy gurgling. What did I do to deserve this? I'll leave that up to your imagination. I don't want to get murked for saying stuff. I don't want to get murked for saying stuff. So, yeah, you know, stuff, things. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired, man. God damn. Why are you tired, man? I'm tired of you guys. Who said that? That was mean. Yeah, and what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, bucko? Absolutely nothing. That's what. Dude, what the hell am I tired? Okay. Dude, I drink coffee and I feel so exhausted already. Damn. That's crazy. You know, this is why streaming is not good for my body. Use my Asian card to accuse you of the most diabolical accusations. Get away with it with saying sorry, no English. But you're speaking English right now, you fool. But you're speaking English right now, you fool. Okay, bye, Shift. Yeah, I'll try. Okay. Okay, I'll log in. I'm gonna turn on my timer. Okay, so with this pose, they're leaning back. See them, you know, leaning back, as we can tell right here. Now, what makes this interesting is that you have this foot like this, kind of bending, and you see this portion right here. You see the back of the foot. So since this is kind of goes over, and this is not the most, so this will kind of curve like this. So it's not going to be like straight like this. It's going to curve a little. So that's a big thing. Is you have to curve this, and you have to make this angle right here. And then let's say with how things are. So with this portion of the upper body, is very apparent that it's a 3/4 view, but you see more of the side than the front side. Bro, what are you making? I am doing analysis, what makes certain poses good, why, etc., etc., and then drawing it and using the reference and not copying it exactly, but understanding what makes the reference so interesting and good and utilizing that by drawing something else, as you could see right here. Anyways, okay, so with this, right, you do see more of the side profile than the front side. So we need to understand that perspective. Also, since this is... So in this scenario, I don't know, it's like 30/70. Not giving exact numbers, but generally, this is just a generalization saying that you see the side more than this part. And then with this, since how the leg is coming outwards like this, and this is going straight like this, the hip is going to be rotated a little bit more toward us. Not completely, but a little bit. So in this box scenario, let's say we get another one, right? Kind of like this. Oh, that might be a bit much. But let's, if this is like 70/30, this might be what, like 60/40. So this should be slightly rotated toward us. This is looking straight down. It's not a full side profile. It's still 3/4. And this might be fairly similar to this as well. So these two will be same direction. This will be a little bit more toward us, rotated, just because of how everything is. Okay. And so we got the general gist of perspective, I guess. Now, the thing that makes this composition interesting, another thing, right? So this is the wall. Well, technically, what you have like a vanishing point, like right here, whatever. Not exact. Oh, definitely not. Well, you have this. Make this, whatever. But the big thing is, I mean, how important is this aspect? Not really. I'm just pointing certain things out. Looking more for the composition. Let's say we use what, rows of threes, right? Another interesting thing about this composition wise, right? Utilizing the rows of three, and then the focal points, not exact, but like roughly, is what, this part, the neck part, head part, this area, and this part. And again, shows it with this flower right here. And then you see open space right here, open space right here. So it makes you kind of lock into what? This port. Also, it's all in the middle as well. Even when it's like slightly, how the perspective is, it's still front and center. And it's leaning more to this area. So what's nice is, let's say, even though these are the focal points, things that we focus on, we still have small little things right here to kind of, quote unquote, balance it out. Because let's say if we didn't have anything right here, it'll look kind of boring. But since it has this flower, it kind of um accents this. I don't know, not really accent, but it gives it a nice fuller feeling. If you take the flowers out, it would feel like it's, needs something a little extras. So nice silhouette to, because if you look at this silhouette right here, it's like this. Not particularly interesting. Again, I think the most interesting part right here is probably going to be this foot's direction, where you see this face, right? But the thing that really pops, what stands out, is this right here, because it's a different silhouette. And it brings a little bit more attention, just because this is a lot brighter, it's a lot darker, so you really see this portion. And yeah, I think them having this sort of earring, this drop earring, again, it just adds. It's an accessory that really adds, just because, again, utilizing the roll of threes, give or take, again, it's not the most perfect measurements. It's like close to it, so it brings attention to it. Okay, so things to really consider is roll of threes, roll of threes, understand this. You're gonna see a lot more of the hips. See more of the hips compared to the rest of the body. This comes out, and this is not just straight, is a little bit of a bend this way. A little bit of bend. This arm is pretty it's probably slight bend, not too crazy. And then this arm in the back, this is definitely going to go backwards and in. So there's going to be a bend right here that we don't see. And then since this is back, what does that also mean about this shoulder right here? This shoulder will also be back as well. So if they were standing naturally, right, you'll see more of their shoulder, but since it's bended backwards, it's going to rotate back. So we're not going to see this. Oh, this is going to be like a little sliver. Let's say it's like a bump like this. That's like a sliver like this. This is, if it's not pointed backwards, now it's going to be kind of like this. So it's going to be a little bit flatter at this angle, because it's going to push back because how it's bent. And I just draw a hand. I don't really have to worry about this structure right here. And then do you see the mastoid attached to this part? Or at least you see a little bit of this. And how you see it, you don't see the front side as much, but you see the shadow right here. So I could probably just highlight this part right here. Just start inking this part, how it does here, for that portion. And again, since there's a side right here, you see this like this. Have to make sure make that fairly distinct when drawing that. It's pretty, like the seams or whatever, it's pretty halfway right here. Then it deviates right here just because of how the clothing is. And again, it shows that this is pointing faceward. So you do have to think about this portion. Is this the top part? Have it probably half, and then have this rotate more back when I'm descending. Hello, Dyro 10 fan. Welcome, welcome. Came to alert. Hope your day is doing well. Yeah. I'm just analyzing this, what is it? This reference before drawing it. Hold on. I'm gonna use the restroom. I will BRB. Be back. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. Oh man. Oh, okay. Okay. What do I want to do? Um, Technically, I do one more right now. Damn, I've been streaming for so long. Honestly, it's just because I yap so effing much about gachas. That's why I'm like, I only drawn for like an hour and 30 minutes. Damn, I was yapping for that long. Oh man, I'm so tired. What the fuck? Okay. I think I'm gonna go take a nap. Um, I don't know why. I thought all should be good. I thought I could stay and draw, but just because I slept a little bit early, or I woke up a little bit earlier than usual. It's okay. It's okay, man. Um, I guess I'll go to sleep. I don't know if I'll stream again today, but yeah, short stream, I guess. Short stream. Short stream as in it's 3 effing hours. Yeah, it's a short stream. Short stream. Okay, hope you enjoy. I'm gonna go take a nap. Bye.